Hey, I'm Joe Thomas, and once again I'm back in the garage because, as you know, if you want something done right, you need to do it yourself. And today I'm going to do a quick flush and fill of my engine's coolant system. And best of all, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Let's get started. Step 1. Make sure you pick up Peak Global or Peak Long Life Antifreeze and Coolant. Peak Global and Long Life are formulated for all cars worldwide, regardless of the make, model, year, or original antifreeze color. So next, you'll need a wrench for your radiator's drain plug and a drain pan. So now the fun starts. And as you can see, I've popped the hood, and now I'm going to check to make sure that my radiator is completely cool, because that's important. And then I'm going to locate the radiator fill cap, which is typically on top of the radiator. Many vehicles have an antifreeze coolant reservoir like this one. You'll want to locate both. Push the cap down and turn. This releases the pressure in your cooling system. Then find your antifreeze reservoir tank and remove that cap too. Now fortunately today I'm working on a big truck, so I won't need to jack it up. But if you do, make sure you use jack stands just to be safe. Next, I want to locate my radiator drain plug under the vehicle. Okay, there it is. Now as you can see, it has a nipple on the bottom, and then over here is the release valve on the side. A little trick is to take a 1/4-inch piece of hose and slip it up on the nipple. So when you open the valve to let the coolant out, it won't splash all over the place. But one thing to remember is make sure the other end of the hose is in the drain pan. While you're under there, it might be a good idea to check your hoses and clamps. And after looking, I can see mine are in good shape. But if you find one that's cracked or a bad clamp, you want to replace it right away. Now for those of you who will be using Peak full-strength concentrate antifreeze, it's important to pay attention to how much coolant comes out of the radiator when you drain it, because you're going to have to dilute that 50-50 with distilled water to get the proper mixture. Now today, I'm using Peak pre-diluted antifreeze, and the good thing about that, all I have to do is eyeball it to get it right. Now next, it's time for a good flushing, and you're going to need some water for this step, so you better grab the hose. For starters, we're going to use Peak Super Cleaner and Flush to make sure we get all of the deposits out of the cooling system. So go ahead and add it to the radiator and fill the rest of the way with water. Run the engine about 10 to 15 minutes to let the Super Cleaner do its job. Next, grab the drain pan, take out the drain plug again, and let the water flow. Now you may need to do this 3 times until the water looks clear with no visible rust or coolant still coming out. This also rinses out the Super Clean and Flush chemicals. For best results, use a coolant flush tee to back flush the cooling system with a garden hose through the heater hose. Next, we're going to fill our radiator with Peak 50-50 pre-diluted antifreeze and coolant. Now you want to take your time and pour real slowly so it doesn't overflow. Now that our radiator is full, I'm going to remove the funnel and I'm going to close the reservoir cap. But I'm not going to replace the radiator cap just yet, because what I want to do is run the engine for about 10 to 15 minutes with the heater on high. This will help eliminate all the air pockets that may be in the system. Now that I've run the vehicle and I've given it a chance to cool down, I want to recheck my coolant levels. Now a lot of times coolant levels will drop when air pockets are released, and if that happens you might have to add a little bit. But in this case, I'm good. So now it's time for me to replace my radiator cap, and I'm done. Well, there you have it. Now you, my friend, know how to do your own flush and fill. Not only will you save a lot of cash, but you'll get the satisfaction of knowing the job's done right. And here's the best part. Peak Global and their long life antifreeze and coolant are backed up by the Peak Radiator Guarantee. To qualify, just follow these 3 simple steps. 1. Pick up Peak Global Lifetime or Peak Long Life antifreeze and coolant. Make sure you perform a flush and fill to get out the old antifreeze and refill with Peak. 2. Head over to peakguarantee.com and register. And 3. Perform regular top-offs using Peak antifreeze and coolant and track your vehicle's maintenance. That's it. Your vehicle will be guaranteed for up to 5 years or 150,000 miles with Peak Long Life Antifreeze, or for the life of your vehicle with Peak Global Antifreeze and Coolant. So protect your engine with Peak.